I love talking to students, so thank you for being here, and this is the best. And I love talking with adults too, so thank you for being here. I just want to say a few words. So I've been at Fortune for 26 years, and I am looking to spread my wings, and honestly, one of the areas that fascinates me most right now, and an area that I want to learn more about and get into career-wise, is this entrepreneurial world. And I think with the world changing so fast and so unpredictably as it is today, you know, one of the, I remember Jeff Immelt at GE saying to me, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that one of the most important things that you need to do as a CEO is see around corners. Well, you can't see around corners anymore. And the real, I think, most important characteristic of leadership, one of them is flexibility and agility and adaptability today. And you know, so I've come to know some entrepreneurs very well. I mean, I have a history of writing about them. I mean, I did a couple of Ted Turner cover stories over the years. I've done cover stories about Oprah and Martha Stewart, and you know, and I've always, you know, entrepreneurs just operate from the gut, and they're really interesting journalistically. But you know, talk about people who have to be adaptable and who, you know, don't plan out the way Fortune 500 companies do. And this is long story short, my point is that I think more than ever, Fortune 500 companies have to think like entrepreneurs. So I think that's one of the reasons that I'm so fascinated and believe that people who are used to covering business and are in big business really have a lot to learn from you guys. So, kudos to you. One of the things that I'm always curious about with anyone who is successful is where they came from. And I would actually like to start out by asking each of you what you wanted to do when you were 10 years old. What did you want to grow up to be?
So, my name is Catherine. I'm going to be a senior at the University of Pennsylvania next year. So I think, this is a little bit hard to remember, when I was 10, I think I somehow heard about, you know, some top schools, some top business schools, and I actually wanted to be a banker when I was 10 years old, I think. But that's since changed since I've come to business school and realized there's a lot more out there than just banking and numbers. But I think at 10, that's kind of what I was looking at.
It's unusual.
Very unusual.
I
don't even think I understood what that meant, but it sounded cool. So.
Okay, great. That's great. Ben?
Hi everyone. I'm Ben Gulak, and I'm going to be a sophomore at MIT in the fall. And when I was 10, I actually wanted to be an architect. I loved art. I ended up taking art all the way through high school. And if I hadn't gone into engineering, I was going to go to Fine Art College. So,
I'm sure it helps you today.
it actually helped me out a lot, because when it came to doing the Uno, I designed all the fairing design for myself. And the artistic side has always been very important in all the projects I've done. Sorry.
And there happen to be. I think there are two Fortune 500 CEOs who are kind of like, I mean, not designers or artists by trade, but I've talked to Mark Parker at Nike about this, and he's a designer by background, and he talks about Steve Jobs as the only other Fortune 500 CEO who's sort of his ilk.
I mean, we're such a visual society that you really have to mesh the industrial design side with the technology in order to create things that people will actually want, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
I'm Josh. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
No.
Hello. So I wanted to be one of two things. Either get involved in politics and be a politician, or the goalie for the New York Rangers.
Hi, I'm Daniel Ratli, and when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be or an inventor or a sculptor. So right now, I have a tool which I invented and can make sculptures. So it's very funny. But actually, as I remember when I was 10 years old, I was working on perpetuum mobile, or did I say it right? And but of course I didn't succeed. However, I even had the patent for that, so I tried to apply a patent for the perpetuum mobile, but after a while I figured out that, oh gosh, it's not going to work. So, but I have a couple of constructions for that.
That's
By the age of 11, you figured it out.
No, actually, I had one which actually could work, but this used solar power. So, but I figured out later that it used solar.
Got a great team right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll talk
Mr.
after.
Sullivan.
My name is Jason Alpert, and I don't think I really knew what I wanted to do at 10. I'm going to say it was probably somewhere between like an astronaut and a superhero. And I've since grown out of the astronaut thing, so it's all good.
I don't want to make this, whole interview